Today I'm going to take you through a intermediate full body class. So all you'll need is your chi ball and a resistance band. You can have a light, medium or heavy one. And I'm starting with 2 reds and a blue, which is 2 full springs and a half spring. So we're going to start by placing your chi ball onto your headrest. Thread your feet through your band and you're going to bring it above your knees. From here, you're going to lie onto your side, going all the way down. You're going to send your bottom towards the back of the carriage, so that way you've got room for your knees. And with your left heel, I want you to place it onto the foot bar. You're going to have your toes off the edge, and you're going to lift out of your bottom waist here. I want you to take a nice deep belly breath. As you exhale, you're going to drive away through your left heel, lengthen your leg all the way. And then inhale to bend the knees, slowly draw the carriage back in. And again, exhaling to press away. Inhaling to bend. Good, keep lifting out of your bottom waist, driving out through the heel, lengthening that left leg fully, and then slowly and controlling that release on the way in. You should start to feel your glute engage as you press away through the left heel. Exhale, reaching long, inhaling to bend. We've got 4 more like this, finding length. Final 3 here, keep tension on the band and make sure that your left knee is in line with your left hip. 2 more here, exhale, pressing away. And you've got your last 1. We're going to come down halfway. We've got little tiny pulses up and down, keeping tension on the band. You've got 6 and 5 for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold it here. Now I want you to open out on that band. You're going to allow your heel to swivel and then draw your knee back in line with your hip. Exhale, opening out. Inhale to draw back in line. Keep lifting out of your bottom waist. Belly buttons drawing to your spine, using your glute here. You've got 4. Final 3. Don't let that carriage move. 2 more here. Last 1, keep that rotation, keep your knees and toes reaching up towards the ceiling, press out through the left heel, lengthen the leg, inhale to bend. Exhale, pressing away using your breath. Inhaling to bend, keeping that rotation through your abductor. You almost want your inner thigh shining towards the wall in front of you, or whatever you've got in front of you, maybe your laptop or phone. Make sure that your knee and toes are reaching up towards the ceiling. Let's do 4 more here, using your breath, keeping that tension on the band. For 3, you've got your final 2 here, and 1 more. Let's come down halfway, the booty's really burning. Little tiny pulses here. We've got 6 and 5 for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Pressing out all the way, lengthen the leg, bend the knee, draw the carriage in. Release the leg, you're going to tap out your bottom. And get ready to repeat it all on the other side. So we're going to roll over and rolling over onto your left. Send your bottom towards the back of the carriage so you've got room for your knees. Your right heel's coming onto the foot bar. Allow your toes to come off. Lifting out of your bottom waist, your right hand is coming onto your hip. Let's press out through the heel, lengthen your legs. Inhale to bend. Exhale, pressing away. Inhaling to bend. Driving out through that heel, fully lengthening the leg. Belly buttons drawing to your spine, using your breath here. Exhaling, reaching long. Inhaling to bend. We've got 4 more here before we're coming into our pulses. 3 to go. 2 more here. And your last 1, coming down halfway, little tiny pulses up and down using your breath. Keeping your knee in line with your hip, belly buttons drawing to your spine, bottom waist is lifted off. We've got 4 more pulses here for 3 and 2. Last 1 here, hold the carriage still. Open out on that band, draw your knee back in line. Exhaling, opening, inhale to close. Keep opening up on that band. It's like you're shining your inner thigh towards the wall in front. Your knees and toes are reaching up towards the ceiling. 3 to go here. Exhaling, opening. You've got 2. On this next one, keep tension on the band. I want you to press out through the heel, lengthen your leg. Inhaling to bend. Exhale, pressing away. Inhaling to bend. Keep opening up on that band, using your breath here, driving away from the heel. We've got it. Let's do 5 and 4. Nice and soft through the knees as you extend for 3. Your final 2 here. Last one. You're going to come down halfway, little tiny pulses to finish. Up and down, 2 inches up, 2 inches down, using your breath here. We've got 5 and 4 for 3, 2, 1. Press out all the way, bend your knee, draw the carriage in. You're going to roll onto your back. And I want you to place the chi ball off to one side. From here, you're going to place your heels onto the foot bar, just hip width apart. Arms are by your side. Tailbone's nice and anchored, and you've got a gap between the small of your back and the carriage. Inhale here, take a nice deep belly breath. As you exhale, let's start to imprint the small of your back into the carriage. And then inhale to release. So it's a tiny little pelvic tilt here. Exhaling, pelvic tilting. Inhaling to release. 2 more like this, getting that movement through your lower spine. 1 more here. Good. On this next one, let's imprint the spine. Let's continue that pelvic tilt up into your bridge. You're going to lift your hips up towards the ceiling. Think about drawing your butt towards your heels so you're keeping your carriage in. And then I want you to draw your belly button to your spine. Roll yourself down, 1 vertebrae at a time. And again, inhaling here. Exhaling, start to peel the tailbone off. Lifting the hips up towards the ceiling. Reaching your knees over the foot bar. Lower yourself down, 1 vertebrae at a time. You're really starting to feel both glutes engage. Exhaling, peeling the tailbone off, lifting the hips up. On this next one, we're going to come down halfway, squeeze through both glutes, send your hips up high. Inhale, coming down halfway. Exhale, squeezing through both glutes, send the hips up high. You've got 3 more here. Belly button's drawing to your spine. You've got 2. And you've got your final one here. Keep your hips lifted. With your right leg, I want you to float it into tabletop. You're going to come down halfway and then exhale, squeeze through your left glute, send the hips high. Inhaling, coming down halfway, exhaling, lifting up. For 3. You've got 2, nice and controlled. Last one here. Lower the right heel down, float the left leg into tabletop. You're going to inhale, come down halfway. Exhale, lift your hips up. Inhaling, and then exhaling, making sure that your left hip is in line with your right hip. You've got 2 more like this. Exhaling, lifting. You've got your last one here. Place your left heel onto the foot bar. From here, keeping your hips high, I want you to press out through the heels, lengthen your legs all the way. Inhale to bend the knees, draw that carriage all the way in. Exhaling, finding length. Inhale, bend the knees, drag that carriage all the way in. If you want to, you can float your hands up towards the ceiling and continue this movement. Belly button's drawing to spine. You've got 3 more here. And 2. Exhaling, pressing away. Make sure your hips are nice and high. You've got your last one here. Bend your knees, draw the carriage all the way in. Place your hands down by your side. Roll yourself down, 1 vertebrae at a time. Once your tailbone anchors, you can hug your knees into your chest. Give yourself a little rock from side to side. And then you're going to thread your feet or legs out from that band. You're going to place it off to one side. And we're going to change our springs now, just so you've got 1 glue spring. From here, you're going to come into a kneeling position facing towards your foot bar. And I want you to reach down and grab hold of your short loops. We're going to come into our kneeling arms facing the front. So we're going to come into our high kneeling position. Arms are by your side, shoulders are down. On an exhale breath, I want you to float your hands in line with your shoulders. And then inhale, slowly releasing. And again, exhaling, floating your arms in line with your shoulders. Inhaling to release. Belly button's drawing to your spine. Nice and controlled here. Using your breath. You've got 4 more here. Shoulders are down. Final 3, exhaling. Inhaling, 2 more here. And we've got our last one. We're going to keep our hands in line with our shoulders. On an inhale breath, open your arms out wide. Exhale, draw your fingertips together. And again, inhaling, exhaling, drawing the fingertips together. Shoulders are down. Holding nice and steady through the core. Using your breath here. Inhale to open the arms out. Exhale, draw your fingertips together. You've got 3 more here. For 2. Last 1. Keep your fingertips connected. And we're going to bring the loops on the outside of our arms. You can keep yourself into a high kneeling position, or you can sink back onto your heels, whichever feels more comfortable. I want you to lean your upper body forward. Make sure your index finger and thumbs are connected. And I'm going to exhale, reach out nice and long, and then inhaling to bend at the elbows. So you're just sending the triangle that you've created through your index finger and your thumbs out on a diagonal. Your elbows aren't moving. We're working through our triceps here. We've got 5 and 4 for 3. 2 more. And you've got 1 more here. Exhaling, reaching long. Bend the elbows. Find your long loops and place them onto your shoulder pins behind you. And from here, you're going to wrap your hands around your foot bar. You're going to lift your hips up and send your hips forward. So you're creating a diagonal through the crown of your head to your knees. Arms are nice and straight, and on an inhale breath, I want you to send yourself away from the foot bar, keeping that nice diagonal through the body, and then exhale, lift yourself up. Inhale, sending yourself away. Exhaling, drawing yourself all the way up. Shoulders are down, arms are straight. A slight squeeze through the glutes if you want to. Just a little one, nothing too big. Belly buttons drawing to your spine. 2 more like this. Inhaling. Exhaling to lift. 1 more here. On the next one, lower yourself down. I want you to hold it here. You're going to bend your elbows, draw your chest over the foot bar. Exhale, press away. Inhale, lower yourself down. Bend your elbows. Exhaling, lifting up. Belly buttons drawing to your spine. Working through the core, working through the shoulders. Let's do 2 more in this direction. And you've got your last one here. Now we're going to reverse it. So draw your chest over the foot bar. Exhale, press away with straight arms. Draw yourself all the way up. And again, bending, extending. Inhale, draw yourself all the way up. 3 more like this. You've got 2. And you've got your final one here. Nice. Sink back onto your heels, reach your arms out nice and long. Take a nice deep belly breath here. Get that stretch through your thoracic. And then I want you to draw yourself all the way up. We're going to change that blue spring for a red spring. All right, we're going to come into our long stretch. So place your feet up against your shoulder rest again. Hands are still wrapping around the foot bar. You're going to press into your feet and lift out of your shoulders, belly buttons drawing to your spine. You're coming into a plank position here. So your shoulders are over your wrists. I want you to feel like you're pulling that foot bar apart with both hands. All right, from here, I now want you to keep your legs nice and straight. You're going to send your shoulders away from your wrists and then draw your shoulders above your wrists. Belly buttons drawing to spine. Inhaling, exhaling, floating the shoulders above. 3 more like this. You've got 2. Final one here. Nice. Send your shoulders away from your wrists again. Hold yourself here. I want you to jackrabbit. So you're going to bend your knees, Draw the carriage in, exhaling to extend. We've got 6 and 5 for 4, 3 more here, 2, last one here. Draw your shoulders over your wrists, lower the knees down, come back into that child's pose position. If you need to, you can roll out your wrists in one direction and then in the other direction. And then draw yourself all the way up. We're now going to face around towards the back of our reformer. And we've still got that red spring. We're going to place our left foot onto the headrest. And then bring your right foot onto the carriage. Make sure that your foot is not flat. You want to be able to press into your toes. And you're going to reach down, grab hold of your short loops. You're going to come up nice and tall. Shoulders are down, hips are square. On an exhale breath, I want you to pull into your straps, draw your hands by your hips. Inhale, float your arms forward. Exhale, pulling into your straps. Inhale, float your arms forward. Both arms are working evenly. Your shoulder blades are drawing together and they're drawing down. 3 more here and 2. And you've got your last one. On this next one, to add a little challenge, you're going to press into your feet, both feet, lift your knee off. Continue this movement here with your knees lifted. You're going to start to feel your quads working. You've got to work your balance using your breath. Exhaling and then inhaling. You've got 4 and 3. 2 more here. Last one, let's keep our hands by our waist. We're going to pulse up and down through the legs for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower your knees down. Place your hands onto the headrest. And you're going to swap over to the other side straight away. So your right foot's coming onto your headrest. Make sure that your foot, you don't have a flat foot. Your toes are on the carriage. You're going to stand up nice and tall or sit up nice and tall. Hips are square. Belly button's drawing to your spine. Exhale, let's pull your hands by your hips. Inhale, float your arms forward. Exhale, pulling back. Inhale, floating the arms forward. Using your breath here. Let's do 3 more like this. And 2. 1 more here. On this next one, can we press into our feet, lift your knees off, continue with the arms here. We've got 5 and 4, 3, 2 more here. Last one, keep our hands by our hips, little tiny pulses up and down for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower the knee down. Place your hands onto your shoulder rests. Place both knees now up against your shoulder rests. And I want you to lean your upper body forward. Your elbows are coming in close by your waist. And you're going to work into your triceps here. Exhale, reaching back. Inhaling to bend. We've got 6 and 5 for 4. 3 more here. And 2. Last one here. Exhaling, reaching long. Nice. Place your long loops onto your shoulder pins. And we're going to come into our reverse abdominals. So keep that red spring. Just make sure that your knees are a fist width distance away from your shoulder rests. And I want you to wrap your hands around the frame of the reformer. Your shoulders are over your wrists. And from here, I just want you to exhale, use your lower abdominals, float the carriage up to meet your hands. Inhale to release. Exhaling, floating it up. Four more here. And 3. Keep lifting out of the shoulders. 2 more. And 1 more here.
release, sink back onto your heels. Keep your hands where they are. I want you to now press into your hands. Float the carriage up to meet the hands. Keep your bottom attached to your heels. And then lower yourself down. And again, inhaling, lifting. Exhaling to lower. 2 more like this. Inhaling to lift. Exhaling to lower. And you've got your last one here. Nice. All right, we're going to repeat the reverse abdominals, but this time instead of your knees up against the shoulder rests, I want them on top of your shoulder rests. So have your toes on the carriage. Your hands are wrapping around the frame of the reformer. Make sure your shoulders are above your wrists. And this time, I want you to float your carriage up in this position. You should start to feel a more intense abdominal connection. Using your breath here. Inhaling, exhaling, drawing it up. We've got 5 and 4 for 3 and 2. Final one here. Release the carriage. Lower yourself down. And we're going to come into a thoracic rotation and stretch. So reach your left arm up towards the ceiling. And now I want you to thread your left hand through, bend your right elbow, try and bring your left shoulder down onto the headrest. And then you're going to repeat that. Reach the left arm up, lower yourself down, deepening that rotation through the back. 2 more on this side. And you've got your last one here. Come back through center. I'm going to swap over to the right. Reach your right arm up towards the ceiling. Thread your right arm through your left. Try and get that rotation. And again, inhaling, reaching up. Exhaling to lower. You might notice that one side's a little bit easier than the other. Well done. Last one here. Nice. Come back through center. And we've still got the red spring. We're going to reintroduce your chi ball. And from here, we're going to place the chi ball just in line with our foot bar because we're going to work into our scooters. So you're going to place your right heel onto the chi ball. And then your left foot's going to come up against your shoulder rest. You can have your left hand attached to your foot bar, right hand behind your back. And from here, I want you to exhale, reach back through your left heel. And then inhale, draw the carriage all the way in. You should feel your right glute engaging straight away. If you want to challenge your balance, bring your left hand behind your back. Inhaling and then exhaling here. Finding length through the left leg. If you want, you can add in your running arms. So opposite arm to opposite leg. Try and keep the torso nice and still. The only thing that's moving are your arms and your left leg. We've got 5 and 4, 3 more here for 2, and your last one. Wrap your hands around the foot bar, get rid of that chi ball, just slide it a little bit behind you. Keep your left knee attached to your reformer and just send the carriage away so you get a nice hip flexor stretch and release. And you can draw the carriage in. Exhaling to press away. Inhale to draw it all the way in. 1 more here. Inhale, draw it all the way in. We're going to get a hamstring stretch, so straighten both legs. Send the carriage away with straight legs. And then draw it back in. You might feel a stretch behind your knee. Just a couple more here. And 1 more. Draw that carriage all the way in. Grab hold of your chi ball. Let's swap over to the other side. So you're going to place it onto the floor. Place your left heel on top. Your right foot's going to come up against your shoulder rest. You can have your right hand on the foot bar. Make sure your right knee is off. And just press away through your right leg. Hips are nice and square. Once you've got that movement, you can place your right hand behind your back. Your gaze is about 1 meter in front of you. Inhaling and then exhaling here. Nice, guys. Keeping your hips square, shoulders are down, belly button's drawing to your spine. When you're ready, adding in your running arms. So opposite arm to opposite leg. You're using your breath, torso still, you're just running the arms and the leg. We've got it for 5 and 4. Starting to feel the glute switch on for 3, 2, last one here. Lower your right knee down. You can get rid of that chi ball and send the carriage away so you're getting a nice stretch. You can draw it in and then press away again. And again, pressing it away. Nice, from here, draw the carriage in, straighten both legs. And now with straight legs, send your carriage away and draw it all the way back in. Hips are square. This looks good. And one more here. Draw that carriage all the way in. You're going to step to the side of your reformer. Your feet are just hip width apart. Arms are by your side. We're going to come into a roll down to finish. So I want you to inhale, take a nice deep belly breath. As you exhale, let's nod your chin to your chest. Roll yourself down one vertebrae at a time. Make sure that your hips are over your ankles. And you're going to have a slight bend in your knees if you're tight. Straighten both legs out and then re-stack up nice and tall. One vertebrae at a time. The last thing to lift is your head. Inhaling again. Exhale, nod your chin to your chest. Roll yourself down one vertebrae at a time. Reach your fingertips towards your toes. Have a slight bend in your knees if you wish. Start to re-straighten through the legs. Re-stack up nice and tall. And you've got one more here. And exhaling. Nodding your chin to your chest. Keep your hips stacked above your ankles. Start to re-stack up nice and tall, one vertebrae at a time. The last thing to lift is your gaze. You guys are all finished. Thank you so much for joining me today for your intermediate class. Hopefully you got your heart rate up and worked your glutes and your abs, and I'll see